Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to another session. In this video, I'll be looking at some of the React hooks. So we'll be looking at the useState hooks and the useEffect hook. And what we'll be doing with the useEffect hook is to search for items in an array. To search for items in an array. The array we'll be looking at is an array of vehicles. So let me share my editor. So this is my editor. Okay, let me remove this. So, okay. So this is my editor. So we have a file called vehicles.jss file. So we are going to create a component with it. So this is the component. Now, in this component, we have an array. Okay, we have a state variable. Create a state variable called search. Also a state function called set search. And we are going to assign it using the useState hook. We are going to assign an empty string to it. We also create another state variable called filtered vehicle. And a state function called set filtered vehicle. Then so we assign an empty array to the state variable, which is filtered vehicle. Now let's code the array of vehicle. Let's call it vehicles. So we have Toyota, Camry. We have Toyota Avenza, Toyota Avalon. We have Toyota Venza. Now we have Honda Accord. Honda Civic. What other Honda do we have? Then we have
Ford. We have G-Wagon. So so now we now need the use. Hold on. We need to import this React hook. We need to import React hook. Okay. So now useState. Sorry, useEffect hook. So we entered the arrow function. Now the useEffect hook is dependent array of search. Now this useEffect hook, we are going to return, we'll use the React filter function to filter the array of vehicles. To filter the array of vehicles. So we say vehicles dot filter function. So we pass in the arrow function. We pass in the arrow function. What are we passing in? We take an element P. Then we have P dot includes search. Okay. Now, so we assign this to a variable, a constant variable. We call it filtered. Okay. Also, we now run this state function, set filtered vehicle, to filtered. Okay. So now we now return a div tag. So in this div tag, what we'll be doing now is, okay, let's return h1 tag. In this h1 tag, filtered vehicle. Filtered vehicles. Then we need also the input tag, because that is the target, the input field. That will be our target. Okay, so input placeholder. Now search search for items. So that's the placeholder. Now, this input is the target. That input field is the target. Then we also have an event. The event is on change. Event is on change. So we have this. Now we have an arrow function. So E. Now the event, which is the input field, then we are going to return set what now? Set search. Okay. Set search. Set search. Okay. So set search e.target. E.target is the event, which is the event is a change that occurs. The change that occurs is the event. Why event.target refers to the input field. Okay, it refers to the input field. Then value refers to the text in the search in the input field. Refers to the text, what you're looking for, what you're searching for is the value. So e.target.value. Okay. Also, that. Also, we'll be returning, we need to also return, okay, because we want to return the array, the filtered array of vehicles. We need to return that. So to do that, we will need an ordered list. An ordered list. In that unordered list, we have an object. So so now the filtered vehicle, which is this, the filtered vehicle, which is this, the filtered vehicle, we are now going to map it to a new array. Okay, we're now going to map it to a new array. So we say filter vehicles dot, okay, hold on, filtered, okay. A filtered vehicle dot map. Okay, enter an arrow function. So in that, so we are going to map the items in the filtered vehicle variable. Okay, we are going to map them into a new array. We are going to map them into a new array. So to do that, we will be taking each item, we're taking each vehicle, which is corresponding index. We will take them, then we're now going to return a list. Okay, we're now going to return a list of the vehicles. So we are returning vehicle. So if we run this, useState and useEffect and useState. So everything seems to, the code seems to be looking good. So let's run this. So let's go to the browser. So this is what we have, filtered vehicles. So let's style it for it to look nice. Okay. So this flex. Item center. Item center. So we have class name, utility. Let's then text column, items center, justify center, the gap of 6. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Let's see. Then what else? Okay. Let's style the H1 tag. Okay. So let me So this is what we have. So the goal is to style it so that it looks presentable. So let's do that. Okay. So we are here. So for this, we have tests. Okay, test 3. Okay, hotels font medium. What else? 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 Let me see. Okay, let's continue. So filtered, filtered vehicle. Okay. So that is for that. Then for the input field, font medium. For the input field, let's see. Let's style it also. So input field, we have border. Let's say background. Let's use 600. Then let's use text white rounded. Then okay, let's do that. What else? 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 Okay. So text, let's make it small. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Okay. What else do we need? What else do we need? So on other list, I think that is okay. So let's save. Let's see what we have. Okay. So this is what we have. Okay, this looks quite small. Search vehicle. So let me see, let me see, let me see, let me see. For the input field, I need something. Okay, I need five, one, then it's padding, and that's 3. And padding at the left. 3. Okay, that will give me something. Okay, I think this makes sense. So if we now search for, I think this is okay. If we search Okay, let me also add a sub pointer. A sub pointer. So we have, let's say we want to search for vehicles that starts with a T. Once we do T, you can see Toyota Camry, Toyota Avalon. What about Toyota Venza? Toyota Venza is missing. Let's see why. The array of vehicles, we have Camry, Avalon. Okay. T. So we now have Toyota Venza, Toyota Camry, Toyota Avalon, Toyota Venza. So if we search, okay, now let's search for Ford. Nothing. You can see when I use the small letter F, you can see no vehicle with small letter F is being displayed. But if I use capital F, you can see Ford starts with a capital F. So if I use capital F, Ford is being displayed. The vehicle Ford is displayed. Now, let's say Honda, if I do small letter H, Honda is not displayed. No vehicle with small letter H is displayed. But if I do capital H, Honda will be displayed. So now, to work on that, we come to the use effect where we have P. So we say P dot to lower class dot includes search dot to lower class method. So with this, if we enter small letter, let's say we have we want to search for Toyota. Once we do small letter T, all the Toyota vehicles will appear. If we do small letter H, Honda vehicles will appear. If we do small letter F, Ford will appear. If we do capital letter F, Ford will appear. If we do capital letter H, Honda Accord and Honda Civic will appear. Okay, if we do small letter H, they will still appear. It doesn't matter, it's not case sensitive. It's not case sensitive. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you guys, how to use useState and useEffect to search for items in an array. So if you find this video educative, informative, please do well to like, comment, and follow this page, this channel for more of such videos. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.